So anyone that knows me knows that I'm a big sports fan. So the topic of this video is something that I'm pretty passionate about. I paid attention to, and anyone that also knows me knows I'm a big wrong side New York Jets fan. Now I hate that I don't have the new logo here because I like our new logo, but I'm a New York Jets fan. So although we haven't had much to cheer about this year, even though we got the win today, yay! Right after my birthday, I'm pumped about that. But I have benefited a few times with our current quarterback from this topic from the video, which is the QB slide. And I'm also going to add on the slowing down at the sideline QB because I have absolutely hated and still hate the way that the quarterback slide has been officiated this year and in the last few years, but it seems worse this year than ever. We are finding now more than ever that quarterbacks, especially the athletic ones, are sliding very, very late. Very late. And it's causing the defenders that are going to try and make a play on them to look like they are delivering a late and dirty hit. I absolutely hate that there is no discretion by the officials here. You have guys like our Jets quarterback, Justin Fields. He's a big dude. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patty Mahomes, etc. These guys um, aren't necessarily small and they're super athletic. So when they get moving, when they start running, these defenders need to be ready to defend. Because if these guys, number one, they get ahead of steam, they're fast. They're going to blow by you. And also, occasionally, if they put their shoulder down, if you're not ready for them, they're going to be able to run through you. So if I'm a defender, I'm doing exactly what they've been doing and hitting these quarterbacks. Because what we've seen a lot of is number one, we see a lot of late calls, calls on late hits that aren't legit. These quarterbacks, like I said, they are starting their slide about 3, 4, maybe 5 yards ahead of a defender that is breaking down, coming full steam, and trying their best to go and make a play on the quarterback. Most of them getting low to try to prevent going helmet to helmet. But when the quarterback changes its position so drastically, as that defender goes and the momentum is going, of course, it's going to look like a dirty hit. To me, if it's bang bang, if that quarterback is coming full steam, they get down and automatically that defender gets on them, that's not on the defender. That's on the quarterback for not protecting themselves. The onus used to be we wanted our young athletic quarterbacks who never slid because they wanted extra yards. We wanted them to slide because we wanted them to protect themselves. That's why we told them get on the ground and slide, 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 slide. But now these quarterbacks know that the rules are in their favor, that they don't have to do a early slide to protect themselves. And they can go get as close to a defender as possible, then get down. And if the defender touches them, oh, they're screwed. The call is going to be on the defender. And to me, that's just not right. And now let's piggyback that, right? Because we've seen, Patty Mahomes is the biggest culprit of this, where they start to run towards the sideline and they start to slow down just a little and boom, plant and go upfield. And you see these defenders, typically your faster defenders, your corners and your safeties coming down full speed, and then they start to hold up because the last thing they want is the easy roughing the passer or not just an unnecessary roughness call if the quarterback even touches a foot out of bounds and they hit them, right? But quarterbacks like Patty Mahomes, and I know Josh Allen's done it, they take advantage of this. They know that these defensive backs are going to check up. So what do? They slow down a little, plant their foot, and get going. That should automatically be called dead. They should not allow these quarterbacks to abuse the situation. Now, we already give quarterbacks so much leeway, right? They can't get hit below the knees, all right, because they, it might hurt their ACL. Fine. They can't get hard helmet to helmet. Fine. That's been something they've been coming down with. Well, most of it's unintentional, but still, their hands can't even go on their helmet. That's a call. If the defender lands on them while sacking them, burping the quarterback, that's a call. You have the ridiculous hip drop tackle, which isn't real. It's not a real tackle. It's not a real technique. Nobody tries to do a hip drop tackle, and I say it in quotes, but that would 100% be called if a defender gets a quarterback down that way. So, what are we doing here? I think Michael Strahan went off today or the other day saying quarterbacks still play football. And that's true. They're wearing the same pads. They still play football. Why are we allowing quarterbacks to just get everything given to them? There's a few solutions I have here. Number one, eliminate the quarterback slide. Quarterbacks aren't allowed to slide anymore. The moment you get across that field, that line, you're now just a ball carrier. The slide doesn't give you up. They still have to touch you. So eliminate the quarterback slide. And that will cause quarterbacks maybe think twice about going across the line, maybe getting to that sideline quicker, or just diving and giving themselves up easier, or just falling like they used to, right? The quarterback slide used to typically be either wide open space and I'm going to slide, or if I am, getting close to people, I'm just going to go straight down. I'm not going to try and jump and go forward and get that extra yardage. So eliminate the quarterback slide. That's one. Number two, if a quarterback is towards the sideline and starts to slow up, the play is called dead. They don't have to go out of bounds, which is ridiculous, right? It is a ridiculous thing, but it will stop these quarterbacks from abusing that. And number three, the worst option of them all, but it seems like we might be going this way. Once the quarterback, when they're in the backfield, they can get hit. Once a quarterback crosses the line, we have a radius rule. If a defender comes within like 3 yards of them, they're down. Because if quarterbacks are going to abuse these things, then we have to make sure we even the playing field for the defender. Because for the past, 15 years at least, the defender has been given less and less leeway. It is damn near impossible to play defense in the NFL right now. There are so little things you can do that the offensive player has all the advantage over you all the time, right? The helmet to helmet rule. How many times is that called on an offensive lineman who uses their helmets as weapons damn near every play? How often is helmet to helmet called on a running back who we quite literally hear and he lowers his head? Yeah, they're lowering their head. They're offering their crown most of the time. That's not helmet to helmet. That is not trying to use your helmet as a weapon. So, the defensive guys only get called for that, right? And then you have pass interference, which has become so terrible. And it's something that you'll see is the most ticky-tacky things will be pass interference, which were never before. And it's a spot of the ball foul. So it's a big deal when that happens. But then on top of that, the officials get away with this instead of pass interference. We're not going to call pass interference because it wasn't there. We're going to call defensive holding. Because defensive holding, while it's only 5 yards, it's an automatic first down. That's so friggin' steep. So steep. I'd be okay if it was 5 yards. That's fine. To give him an automatic first down. And again, the Jets benefited from that today. So to me, there are so many things that need to be changed with the NFL, but I feel like this would be a big step forward. Getting rid of the quarterback slide. Somehow getting rid of it. Because again, it's being abused. It's not being officiated correctly. And I think that might be the biggest thing. It's not being officiated correctly. What should be done is if it's a late slide and a player hits them, the official should go up to the QB and say, and the coach, he's got to slide sooner. I have to protect both parties here. These DBs are these linebackers, these guys, these defenders are coming in full steam. You want to talk about people getting hurt? Ask somebody to check up when they're going full speed ahead. What that could potentially do to their knees if they have to stop so rapidly, make an awkward movement that is unnatural. No, that has to change. This has to change. It's getting ridiculous. Even though, like I said, I benefit from it sometimes because Justin Fields is a athletic quarterback. He gets around. He's better at running than he is at throwing. But something's got to give here. These defenders need to get something because right now they're getting screwed. The QB slide is terrible the way they officiate it. The running near the sideline, then running up the field is terrible. We need to rein QBs in a little because they're getting a little big in britches. And God, Michael Vick, Randall Cunningham, guys like that, Steve Young, John Elway are probably looking at this going, I could have been really prolific in the league right now. Not just with the passing rules, but they were mobile guys. Could you imagine what Randall Cunningham could have done if he wasn't allowed to get hit the way they are now? The guy's career had to end a little early because of all the injuries he sustained. Imagine Randall Cunningham. Imagine Mike Vick in this generation. Pre the dog shit. Like, it is what it is. What happened with the dogs, he paid his penance. He came back. He's now like, he runs like foundations to help dogs. People will always be pissed at him for it. But again, second chances, right? We could believe in those. But imagine those guys in this generation, what they could do. It's insane. So something's got to give. Defenders aren't allowed to play defense. It should start with the QB slide. When the competition committee gets together and looks at more ways to screw up the game of football, maybe they could sit there and make a logical change and give the officials a ruling and say, hey, stop calling the slide this way. And where they send out these stupid videos about how they're officiating things and this is going to be the new way, they should send the videos of all of these late slides, of all of these jogging towards the sidelines and cutting up, and say, these are going to be officiated differently. If a guy cleans your clock on the sideline and you're a step out of bounds, but you're known for going up, we're going to hold our flag. If you're a guy who slides late, we are going to hold our flag. You must protect yourself as well, because that has always been a part of the game of football. So thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it if you got this far. Please make sure you give us a like, share, follow, all that good stuff. You can watch us on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, X, or Kick. Make sure you go subscribe at all those. And you can find the show on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern live. We do our interviews there with guests every other week. And then in the middle weeks, you'll have me reacting to certain videos and having a good time there because David loves to torture me. So I thank everyone for watching. If you watch this long, I will see you guys on the next one. So long, y'all.